Hello there, welcome back to my channel. If you like this video, if you like this channel, if you like this information, please make sure to subscribe so you can help me grow and reach more people with this type of information. So let's get into it. Why are you not healing if you're doing everything right? If you're taking care of your nutrition and you're taking all the supplements recommended for you and you're still not seeing results, chances are that you are not necessarily doing one thing correctly, and that is tied to the supplements. Let's discuss why and how, by knowing this, you can improve your health. If you're a person that's interested in health, and obviously because you're here you are, chances are you've had your share of knowledge and experience and research concerning supplements. And maybe you've gone to a naturopath, and maybe you've researched different types of vitamins and compounds and minerals that are going to help you with your condition. But did you know that the way the body processes supplements is not what you've been told? You've been told a supplement in the form of, let's say, a vitamin is good for your body, but you have not been told that that supplement needs a lot more to it to be properly absorbed and utilized by the body. Healing is an energetic experience, so the energy you put in your body is distributed to all the cells and systems, and it's used in the weakest areas of the body so they can thrive and they can support the rest of the body's regulation. The most essential element that our bodies need is energy. And energy can be found in a variety of different compounds and is not based on nutrition. It's based on food chemistry. Nutrition breaks down elements into different compounds. It takes away from this holistic understanding of how our bodies digest and absorb foods. So just because we have a nutrient and that nutrient's good for us, the bigger question is whether that nutrient can be absorbed correctly. So that's the fallacy of nutritional thinking. You need a lot of this, you don't need a lot of that, and if you don't get a lot of this, you're going to be deficient. So let's say we have too much vitamin E and not enough vitamin C, and this is just a hypothetical example. What this means is that our bodies will not be able to digest and absorb these nutrients in the designed ratio they're meant to be absorbed and utilized. So if you have too much vitamin A because we're taking a supplement, and not enough vitamin C because our diet is deficient in citrus, then that is going to skew the ratio of absorption and utilization. And the most important thing is not what we put inside of ourselves, but how it's absorbed and utilized. And if our utilization is dysregulated because we're taking too much of one element and not enough of another element, so that is the fallacy of the supplement industry. We're supposed to take maybe one compound for, in a daily amount, but that compound doesn't come with the nutrition and the nutrients that are necessary to absorb it. So if you take vitamin A and we don't have E, C, B, then that vitamin A is just going to go through our body and it's going to come out. So if we do this, we basically dysregulate the way the body uses nutrients and especially minerals. Nature works in ratios. That chemistry is so deterministic that if we get one compound a little bit off, it's not going to be water. So the same dance of ratios happens in our bodies. So if we give the body too much calcium but not enough magnesium, that is going to dysregulate its mineral balance and of course hurt the kidneys and adrenals. Also, if we have too much salt in our diets, salt is going to dysregulate all the other minerals, and that is going to cause the body to go into disharmony. We have to be careful of how much of each compound we get. And the fallacy of isolated compounds is that we don't necessarily know. We can't tell. Isolated compounds like salts and sugars and different minerals and supplements, they work in isolation. They're stripped away from the main natural source that usually includes fiber, other nutrients, minerals, and vitamins. It helps this compound and the other compounds get absorbed and utilized. And that is the fallacy of taking compounds in their isolated state. They usually lack the other compounds that are necessary to assimilate this compound in the body. And if they're missing, then this compound compound cannot be utilized, it is going to be probably seen as a foreign element and be peed out by the body. And I'm not saying that all supplements are like this. Certain supplements, especially dried fruits and vegetables, in their bioavailability, such as whole foods, those are different because they basically come in their natural form, just dried and concentrated. However, most of the lab-made vitamins and minerals, the supplements that are in a lot of our stores, in a lot of the pharmacies, are not good for us. So what's the solution? Yes, some supplements, as I talked about, are good for you. And those are the supplements that include whole foods. So fruits and vegetables that are dried and concentrated. So they include basically the vitamins and minerals in their natural ratios, the way nature intended. They're not adulterated and they're not messed around with different chemistry in the lab. So they have nature's goodness in the way that the body can align with and utilize for our best health goals. But ultimately, the best way to supplement is to have vegetables and fruits in their raw form. The reason again is that nature created specific ratios of compounds, minerals, vitamins, fiber that interact together holistically in the body, so all of them can work together to be absorbed in the best way possible, and they can give the body exactly what it needs. So that is what nature created and intended. But the more that we try to mess with nature and try to perfect on her, which is impossible, in the lab and with our scientific knowledge, we are going to do a disservice to our bodies, because our bodies are nature. They work with the laws of nature, with the energy of nature, with the seasons, to regulate all the processes, all the systems, as above, so below, as within, so without, so we can directly be connected to the source, to all the natural influential elements from the moon and the sun and the cosmos, and of course the earth which is grounding, and air and water, elements that are purifying and energizing. So another thing we have to take into account is to kind of shift our perspective of health. We don't need to supplement. Supplementation is basically an inclination towards thinking we're deficient. We're not necessarily deficient. We may just be dysregulated. When the system is dysregulated, it's not working in a way that it should. So everything comes about, our test results, how we feel, as, deficient. The phrase, "it takes a village," truly applies to nutrition. When fruits and vegetables are harvested at their peak state, meaning their ripe state, that is their peak energy. So that's what we should be looking for. Fruits and vegetables in their highest peak of ripeness. And preferably that can be found in local fruits and vegetables and seasonal fruits and vegetables. When you consume fuel in its natural form, you're never going to be deficient, because the body knows what to do with that kind of nutrition. It knows how to break down the compounds. It knows how to use the nutrients, the minerals, the vitamins in a way that works for it. So you can never be deficient if you have the right type of fruits and vegetables in your diet, and that they're actually ripe. When fruits and vegetables are picked way too soon, they don't have that nutritional capacity of the mature plant. So they have a fraction of the nutrition that they're meant to have. And especially if that fruit and vegetable is grown conventionally with pesticides, with herbicides, all of that is going to impact the quality of nutrition and the extent of nutrition that the fruit and vegetable has. So we have to look at all of these factors. The quality of soil is highly, highly, highly important when we grow fruits and vegetables. So if the soil lacks minerals and is full of chemicals, that is going to impact the quality of food. So the solution is to look for organic, seasonal, and local food. And this food, when eaten in its raw form, will provide your body with all the nutrients it needs to regulate. And that can take some time. Regulation is not an overnight process. So when we take supplements, we think we're going to immediately see those benefits, and we want those benefits. That's why we're drawn to supplementation. But if you look at food as a corrective agent, as fuel, as a source of a regulation, we have to give it time, because dysregulation takes time. time. For example, cancer takes 7 to 8 years to grow from a small tumor into cancer. Our bodies take time to regulate and dysregulate, so we have to be very patient, committed, and willing. So I hope you learned a lot from this video, and if you did, please support the channel. You can subscribe so more people can find this information and get their health back in order. And if you need any more help on your health journey, I have certain products and services that will help you, and I'm so proud of them, and they took time, energy, and love to put together. So all of that information about them is below. Thank you so much for watching, and take care.